For this podcast, the Board with Life cast and crew sat down to try out the recently released starter set for the newest edition of Dungeons & Dragons. In this campaign, we'll be exploring the adventures the set comes with, called The Lost Mine of Phandelver, so you may want to avoid this podcast if your Dungeon Master plans on playing this quest with your party. Of course, we'll get some rules wrong, improvise other things, and go off on weird tangents, but that's just part of the fun. And while I'm warning you about things, I should probably mention that this podcast features adult language, 'cause, we're children. The party's comprised entirely of people who are basically new to Dungeons & Dragons, other than me, your Dungeon Master for this series, Donald Schultz. So, no more delays, grab your dice and, let's roll. So we are playing Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. It's brand new, and so we're going to try it out. So, basically, what's going on is you guys are in the Sword Coast region of the Forgotten Realms is where this game is taking place. It is one of many campaign settings in Dungeons & Dragons, probably the most famous in the world of nerdy stuff. If you've ever heard of like Waterdeep or Drizzt Do'Urden or any of these D&D things people sometimes reference, the Elminster, that's all Forgotten Realms stuff. There's a lot of books and stuff based on it. And you guys have found yourself in the city of Neverwinter. It's a very important city, and you all have been brought into a gig. You guys have all been hired by a fella to escort some goods down to a city called Phandelver. He has hired you guys, and he will pay you each 10 gold pieces if you can just keep this stuff from getting robbed and get it from point A to point B. It's a pretty straightforward gig. This fella, his name is Gundren Rockseeker.
Oh, my cousin.
That is Casey's cousin. And he has an escort who's a warrior named Sildar Hallwinter. And he set out ahead of you guys and said he had really important business to take care of. And he just needed you guys to take care of his goods. Again, he'll meet you there and he'll pay you. He left a while ago. And now you guys have readied up the wagons and you're headed out. So first of all, I need to know who's driving the wagon. Somebody's got to drive the wagon.
I don't drive wagons.
Not it.
I drive wagons.
Human drive wagon.
Humans.
So Adam is driving the wagon. Where's everybody else? You're on the road.
I am on my my trusty moose.
You don't have one.
I have one.
Leading the way.
Why can't
This happened last time.
I'm sitting shotgun.
Wagon.
You're sitting shotgun?
I'm sitting shotgun with that.
Awesome.
I'm on the very back of the wagon, like with
Chilling out.
my little tiny halfling legs hanging
Very
out the back, just
confident driver. Very
looking back
confident
at everything, not hanging out with anybody.
And I suppose I'm next to Chris. Next to
He said he's
Aaron
not.
Thiefyeller.
Aaron Thief.
I'm not looking at anybody, but he can be
So
next to me.
let's take a moment.
I like that image of this gigantic elf and this tiny little halfling sitting next to each other.
Let's take a moment. You guys are riding down the road. Things are nice and quiet. Before, anything bad happens, maybe it'd be a good time for everybody to introduce themselves to each other.
I was going to say that.
So who are you? Why are you here? And what should I know about you if I'm rolling with you on a wagon right now is what I want to hear.
Let's start with Chris.
Oh, okay, I guess. Alright, I'm Aaron Thiefyeller. I am a rogue halfling. I'm really good. I never have a plan. I don't plan things out much, but I'm really good at coming up with things on my feet. And thinking on my feet, and I'm very loyal to the people around me, but not much else. I came from a pretty small town, and yeah, so I'm shady, and I do some shady stuff, but I'm generally a pretty decent person, and I like my buddies. And I like riding on the back of wagons.
And who are you in real life?
I'm... As I stated earlier, Donald, I'm Aaron Thiefyeller. I'm Chris from Board with Life.
Yes, he's a showrunner and writer and actor on Board with Life.
I do that kind of stuff.
A web series about board games.
And having a life.
It is.
Taglines.
Oh, man.
I had no idea.
Alright, Kellen, what up with you?
I'm Kellen. In real life. I'm producer for Bar with Life. My character's name is Tharma. That's it. It's like Prince.
Which is his
It's like
girlfriend's name.
Wait, so I don't understand. You're a prince?
So I'm a prince.
Prince Tharma.
Meaning I already won.
Like that's the goal of Dungeons and Dragons. We're setting out on quests and stealing shit, like fighting dragons, and now you're Prince. You're all collectively Prince.
You are Prince.
I am Prince. I am an awkwardly large elf.
Talk about your character,
Wizard. Also, Tharma happens to also be an awkwardly large elf, which is part of his struggle. He, kind of opposite of Chris, is more concerned with justice in a general sense than those around him. And he's here trying to figure out what his purpose is, and maybe make a buck or two.
So you just took the gig to get out of town?
Get out of town. I like to move around. I don't like to sit.
What about you, Nikki?
My name is Nikki. I am a writer for Bored with Life, the web series. And in this game, I'm Hallow Windmount. I'm a mountain dwarf. I'm a fighter. And just my main goal is to protect other dwarfs. And I'm super sexy, and every time I walk by Casey's dwarf, he says, "What a woman."
Okay.
It's really odd because
What's your backstory?
Can we get some Buffy music?
You're a folk
here?
hero. What is
Yeah.
that?
Once in every dwarven generation, a howl is born. I am a folk hero.
Hey y'all, I'm Adam. I'm the editor of most things at Bored with Life, and unfortunately for Tharma, stole my character. So I am an elf man in real life.
Are you a giant elf man?
Giant.
Really?
Born in 1986. But I'm a human for this game.
Named Elf
Elfman 1986. That's my birth certificate.
I feel like you just confused everyone.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I'm a human, but my name is Elfman 1986.
Now everyone just thinks in real life you're totally insane.
So I'm sorry for the future confusion. But I'm a good person. I'm lawful good. I can say that, right?
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Yeah, I have a lot of strength and constitution. But yeah, I feel like for this group, my character's kind of a leader. Like I'm kind of leading the way a lot.
I don't think you are.
I think you're a bitch.
What's your backstory? What is your character?
For me, any type of like long goal that we have, I set my mind to something and I follow through with it. Like I kind of dedicate myself. And I also use a lot of words in an attempt to sound smarter. So I apologize that I do that, but that's just my character, Elfman 1986.
Yeah. And so what Adam's referring to is in 5th edition, they've added this mechanic similar to what you might see in like a Burning Wheel game like Mouse Guard, where you're sort of choosing character traits, and if you use them against yourself in interesting ways, the Dungeon Master will reward you with influence points, which you can then use to basically improve your die rolls. So there's some emphasis being put on role playing in the mechanics that maybe wasn't there in past versions of Dungeons and Dragons. So you kind of are being compelled to do a thing that is bad for your character but good for role playing. So it's not all math.
Cool.
All right, well, that's it.
Well, I am Casey Bartow. I am also a showrunner on Bored with Life, and I write some of it and all that. And my character is Castor Troy Rockseeker. and
I can just imagine that guy's haircut.
and his gold pistols. I'm an ex-soldier. I came out of being a soldier with feeling conflicted about like the world around me, the people around me, and like my faith in just how the world works. But it also instilled, politeness and respect, and so I'm a nice guy. I treat everybody with dignity and courtesy, unless they, get me not to.
Yeah. Cool. And you also catcall at Nikki.
Yeah, why are you always whistling at me?
Right. Well, and then this other dwarf keeps walking by me and does like this ventriloquist act that sounds just like me. It's really odd.
So
it's giving me a bad name.
So just to recap, Chris is a halfling rogue who follows their own rules.
he's
with a
a
criminal
girl.
background. She's a lady. Kellen is a elf wizard with a weird name who's too tall and awkward in his own skin to feel at comfort with other elves. We have Nikki, who's playing a dwarf fighter named Howl. Her background is that she is the sort of chosen one of her people. Adam is a human fighter who specializes in bows and arrows. He's an archer, if you will. And his name is Elfman, 1986, because he loves elves. Thinks they're rad.
So rad.
If you're not able to parse it from his description.
It's like a juggalo of elves.
And then finally we have Casey, the disillusioned dwarf cleric. So, yeah, you guys have spent the last few days following the high road south from Neverwinter. Been a couple days on the road. You've recently veered east along the Tribor Trail. You've had no trouble so far, but this territory can be dangerous. Bandits and outlaws have been known to lurk along the trail. And how do any of you guys know this dude? It should be on your character.
No, I wasn't lying. He's my cousin.
He's your cousin.
Yeah, I was being legit.
So did he hire you, or are you just kind of like doing a favor for your cousin?
I mean, he hired me. He knew that I'm just kind of odd jobbing these days. So he hired me to do it. That said, if he really needed me to do it without hiring me, I would have done it.
I was just in town, like, walking by this wagon full of weaklings, and this dude came up and, like, squeezed my muscles and said,
What did I
Need some of that.
yeah, like,
What's up?
I'm afraid that these people are going to get murdered. Would you mind coming along and protecting them? And then, like, I did a thing where I, like, lifted my arm, and he came up with me, because I'm so tough.
Just
And I said, yeah, make it 11 gold pieces. We got a deal.
Wow.
And he said, no, it's 10. And I said,
Do you
"Deal."
feel a bond with Kellen because you're unusually tall for a dwarf, and he's even taller than most?
Yeah,
elves?
when I walked by Kellen, he said, what a woman.
Oh, wow.
So you're just the sexy one.
Sure.
On the
Does
bunch.
anybody
Yeah,
else's
yeah,
character on their thing have any ties to this expedition?
I don't believe I do.
Right.
I think
Cool.
I was
A loner?
I think I was in a bar, and I'll do stuff for
Right,
gold
I like
because
that.
I always give my aunt some of my gold. My old aunt Quillen. I don't remember how to say her name exactly. She's real
not
old.
Sound very close.
Alderlead, and she's got a farm back in my hometown, and I needed to send her some money.
Cool.
So I'm always down for some of that Skrilla.
So you guys have been on the Tribor Trail for about half a day. As you come around the bend, you see two dead horses sprawled about 50 feet ahead of you, blocking the path. Each has several black feathered arrows sticking out of it. The woods are pressing close to the trail here, and there's steep embankments on either side with dense thickets.
Dang. I'm concerned. I mean, I'm sitting shotgun, and I was a soldier, so I'm pretty concerned about this.
Being the driver of the wagon, I feel like it's my role to check it out.
You want to check it
You
out?
wanna get out?
Because you
Yeah.
want those arrows.
I do. Not to kill people, but to defend the group.
Oh.
Also in your port.
You sound like a sociopath.
Yeah.
Just to make it clear, I'm not going to murder you.
Don't worry, guys. I'm not gonna kill you all.
So yeah, I think I alone go check it out myself.
Wow.
I'm
While
not
people
comfortable
keep the
with that.
wagon safe.
I'm on the back, so I don't see this unless somebody. said
Yeah,
anything.
maybe.
You're next to
I
me.
You're like,
certainly,
hey, why'd the wagon stop?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
well.
just- I'm just-
I certainly approach with him. I don't let him go alone.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I don't
Casey and I go
But
together.
I'm the
Or what's your name?
toughest.
Castor Troy and I go together in Elfman 1986.
Okay, what I'm going to need to know right now is who's going.
Okay, so I assume somebody said, "Oh, there's some shady."
It sounds
I
like
did.
Casey is following Adam because Adam's just like,
And
oh, what's
I
that?
think he's
And-
gung ho about it, and I'm
And you're going,
concerned, and I'm
And
not be able to stomp on
my
the
whole
situation.
thing is to protect dwarves, so I'm worried about this old dwarf, so I'm gonna follow him.
I'm awfully
Slowly
sneaksy
behind.
if we wanted me to sneaksy up to it
Sneak up to a dead horse.
and not look it in the mouth.
I imagine you like,
Like rolling.
You just stabbed the dead horse. Never saw me coming.
Well, I also have a short bow, so it makes sense for me to hang back a little bit because I can
So
shoot
I
things.
imagine it's the two of
Yeah,
us ahead,
yeah.
and then you and Nikki,
Or
yeah,
What's your
I'd
name?
probably be Howl.
you and Hal behind us,
and what do you do,
guarding
Kellen?
us.
I think I've got some ranged weapons.
So
I
he's,
think I could
you're
hang-
behind
Hang with you.
the two of
Yeah,
them.
I'm standing up on the front of the cart.
Yeah, I think
like,
you and
We should
I-
probably hang out with the good.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I'm
We're-
saying. Is
we're
I'm
like-
on the cart.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
we're-
we're on the
okay.
cart. We're all on the cart.
We're on the
Okay,
cart.
great.
Yeah.
So they're on the cart, and I'm like kind of in the middle
Yeah,
of
behind
those
us.
two, and I'm like twirling my hand axes.
Nice.
ready
Just
for action.
quietly whispering, "What a
And
woman!
then
what
I-
a woman! What a woman!"
I look over and I see that, and then I look at my own hand axe and go, she must be commentating.
All right, cool. Well, with that, the people, everybody, I'm going to need to know your passive perception should be on the front of your character sheet, on the bottom of your
I have
skills.
Wisdom.
I have +3. Oh, 13.
Oh,
right there.
13. Yeah.
I'm 10.
10.
11.
Cool. You guys walk up, and the saddlebags have been looted, and nearby there is an empty leather map case.
Being the head of the group,
Um,
Wow.
Casey,
I feel like
you recognize Casey. You recognize this
or not.
stuff. This is your cousin's horse.
Oh.
This is your cousin's.
All right, so yeah, I'm checking this out because I'm immediately
Now
concerned.
you're.
Well,
And I'm standing behind you
Here's
and
the-
looking around,
here's the thing.
guarding my friend.
Here's the thing about that is an arrow comes shooting out of the
But an arrow comes shooting, but I catch it.
no, not at
And you
all.
look back at me and I go, "My bad, guys. Sorry."
Not at
So an arrow
all.
comes, what happens?
Well, let me tell you.
You catch it, Adam.
That's what I said, but apparently that's not what happens. I catch it without looking, like.
Adam, what is your armor class?
Uh-oh. And it stabs him in the throat and he dies.
14.
A 14. A arrow with black feathers on the end buzzes by your face, and then another one.
And I see it and I go, you missed.
And another one comes flying at Casey, and also buzzes past and hits a tree.
Nice.
Awesome.
It's made out of cartoons.
You don't know where it came from. You have no idea what.
Whoa.
You just know it came from to your right, and out from the same direction come running two screaming goblins, each with a scimitar raised above its head. They're like, "Wah!" They're coming
As a
straight at you.
defender, I'm ready for these fucking goblins.
All right.
Wait, why do they have Ravi Shankar's instrument above their heads?
I don't know.
I have +4 strength. I'm ready.
Can I throw a hand axe at him?
Well, it's not your turn yet. So what happened is these goblins have caught you by surprise. So they get a full turn before anybody even gets to do anything.
Shit. I mean,
So two goblins run up, and Nikki's looking pretty tough. They thought, like, what a woman when they saw her. And so the two that run out both attack her. Nikki, what's your armor class?
16.
One of them, just hits your armor. One of them totally misses, and one, he can't get through your armor. It's like the thing where
He dings off.
it hits you, and he just kind of looks up at you. And, it's
And then I punch him in the face.
Well-
Roll a 20.
all right.
I drop my axe and punch him in the face.
And at this
Got her
point,
2 axes that she was spinning.
everybody's going to want to roll initiative. So you're going to roll a 20-sided dice. And
we gotta share.
up here next
These
to your
the same?
armor class is your initiative bonus. You're going to add that, and that's going to decide what order things happen in.
Oh my god.
Ooh, Nikki's going last. Nope.
I know, I got a 1.
You add your initiative.
So he's got
I'm 22.
4.
You're 22?
Whoa.
You have a 5?
Yeah, and I have a 0 initiative.
Jesus.
I'm sneaky.
The goblins,
beat you.
the goblins got an 11.
10 for me.
Guess what, guys? I'm about to rain some
Did you
arrows on
subtract
those
your one?
fucking goblin
Going
heads.
fast.
We're ready. We're so ready.
Who goes second?
I'm 4. So does
You're
that mean?
last. No, you were
I'm
last.
last.
You're dead
And
last.
I'm in
Higher numbers are better.
Yeah.
Oh.
So does it go
You know,
Chris,
like
and
every
then
time
Colin,
you
what'd
ever
get?
roll a dice.
12? Okay, cool.
I was going by golf.
Oh, perfect! I got
rolls.
snake eyes.
Yeah, I was doing like golf rolls.
My armor 14.
Okay, so Aaron, you see your compatriots get jumped by a bunch of goblins. What do you do?
How many feet away are they? How far away are they?
About 50.
About 50. Great. I have my short bow, so I'm gonna shoot an arrow with my short bow.
Okay, cool. So just roll a 20-sided dice and add your weapon.
+5?
Yeah, exactly.
11.
Which one were you attacking?
The one that missed
Where's the
Nikki.
weapon?
That didn't hit her armor.
Oh, okay, cool.
Because I figure she's gonna
Longbow and
engage
great
that one.
sword.
Just gonna.
Okay.
Or no, actually, that'll be. Actually, no, I'm gonna attack the one that had Nikki because she attacks after they attack.
Okay, cool. So that dude, you rolled a what?
I roll 11 once I'm modified.
11.
I'm just sitting here and like frozen time.
Yeah, we're in
like,
bullet
round?
time. Yeah.
oh god.
So each round is 6 seconds. So each of these things is happening in less
Cool.
than a second.
That's cool.
You miss.
Goblin.
It buzzes by, and he's like, ah! He didn't even know you were over there. I don't know if they'd attacked if they just saw that there was more people. They got really excited. Next up is Tharma.
What do you do, Tharma? Bullet
Throw
time.
cats, throw cats.
Are these dwarves or
Goblin.
goblins are running
Are they
towards...
dwarves? Fuck you, buddy.
You're my friend. I misspoke. I had a bunch of wine before our trip. I'm very drunk.
Good thing he's driving.
Just like a human.
I'm gonna try to slow him down with a ray of frost.
Whoa. 13.
13,
Do you have a modifier?
17.
17. That's a hit. Who were you attacking again?
Same guy Chris attacked. Guy was after Nikki.
Okay, cool. So what's Ray of Frost do? What's it look like? What's it do? Tell me about it.
It's a ray of ice. It also coats the ground. So when they slip, it's kind of cartoony. They go, whoa!
And then we all go, goblins.
So it hits them.
Goblins be wobbling.
As the ray flies towards the goblin, it also coats the ground in ice.
Wait, so am I gonna slip and fall?
Nope.
So,
You're my friend.
You're sturdy.
You got
Your little body.
spiky shoes.
little pear-shaped. What a woman.
So on a hit, it does 1d8 cold damage.
Do it, do it, do it.
This is the
It's gonna be that diamond-shaped one, yeah.
2.
2.
Yeah, so 2 damage on old Mr. Gobbo.
Oh, Mr. God.
So it he goes like, and it hurts him, but he doesn't seem that.
He's like,
Yeah,
Awesome.
he's just like, but his feet are frozen to the ground, kind of.
Because you're damn frozen spell, Kellen.
So does that affect their initiative?
It's just he can't move as far. He can only move one space basically. It's like 10 feet.
Who's next?
The dwarf?
You, right?
I believe it's the goblins.
Yeah, what? Yeah, 'cause
Oh,
they had 11.
Oh, yeah, they had 11 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Double down.
4.
Cool. So the 2 goblins next to Nikki, they just keep trying to pound on her.
Yeah, they do.
Whoa.
nearby.
Who
It's
doesn't?
college again.
And one of them scores a hit with his
What?
with his scimitar.
Damn.
No.
He gets the one who hit your armor. He goes again and he finds
But he's frozen!
he finds a little.
Don't they
hole.
know you're a celebrity?
I don't think so. Oh, this is ridiculous.
This is so embarrassing. She's getting stabbed in the chest.
I didn't take him serious.
And he deals 5 damage.
Ooh.
Ouch.
So hit points.
I got your back, girl.
So hit points are an
wait.
I
abstraction.
need your help. Give me that pencil.
So hit points are an abstraction that are sort of they're your mental and physical and emotional state. So it's not necessarily a real physical wound that you're taking every time you lose hit points. It's just taking you one step closer to that moment where you let your guard down and somebody gets a real hit on you.
Okay.
So I'm at 8 now.
Next up is Castor Troy.
Castor Troy.
Come on,
Rock
Caster.
Seeker. So how close am I to these guys?
You are probably 10 feet away. I mean, Nikki wasn't that far behind the rest of you.
Right. So does that mean with my warhammer, can I reach him?
You can walk right over there and
Walk
do it.
right over. Yeah. Okay. Well,
Remember,
then
there's. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I lied. There's 2 dudes in the woods that you guys didn't see.
What?
They're the ones who shot
They
the
shot
arrows.
arrows, yeah,
Yeah.
and they fire arrows again. One at Casey and one at Adam.
Okay.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry, one at Castor Troy and one at Elfman 1986.
Is that one
And
the
the
first
one
name?
flying at Elfman 1986 is a hit.
Oh,
Ouch.
But that can't be.
6 damage.
Ouch.
So I'm just sitting there, just undefensive, right?
No, I mean you're
It's just
you're-
all instantaneous.
It's all happening at the same
It's all
time.
just,
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is
yeah,
all
yeah.
happening really fast.
So
but I'm
while
alive.
yeah. So while you dodged the one, and then the dudes ran out, and then
Yeah, and I got hit.
one hit Nikki, and then you were like, huh, and then got hit.
Is there anything I can do to help my fellow comrades?
When your turn rolls
Turn's
around,
coming up.
Freaking... I'm gonna save us.
Should have hit it.
You could have caught that
Should have hit
arrow.
him harder.
All right. So wait,
tried.
Was I hit?
no, they missed you.
Great. All right. Well, then I gonna trust them to kind of take care of stuff. I'm gonna use a longer range. Oh wait, no, sorry, this is a touch range. Never mind. So I'm gonna walk over and I'm gonna use my inflict wound spell.
walk over.
Yeah, just saunter. I'm gonna saunter slowly over.
Okay.
And
Moonwalk. Just
right, and then again, the one attacking Nikki, the one that got iced. I'm gonna try and end him.
Okay, cool. So what's inflict wounds? Tell me about it.
Inflict Wounds is a first level necromancy, and so essentially I'm hoping to apply some necrotic
Use the
damage.
power of your god to rot his ass.
Right, exactly.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's the worst pickup line I've ever heard.
So please instruct me on how I do that.
You're gonna
Nice.
basically roll 20-sided dice and add your strength.
Okay. God. 4.
Jesus. You miss.
Yeah, I would say so.
Is that a skill that you are?
So I just go zap.
Snap.
I think it's more like you like grab his arm and you try to sizzle him and he kind of shakes loose.
And then you're like, oh! And then you
Yeah.
touch your own arm, and then it grabs you, and then
Well,
it's
no, because it's
evil.
right before I was about to like grab his arm. I was like, oh, you know, it'd be really funny is if I gave him this inflict wounds attack, but I did it like a wet willy, and so I was like, oh! And then I just went whoa, and
I just shot them across the
Just
arm.
awkwardly poked Nikki's tit and she I knew it.
And then she looked right at him and went, what a woman!
what a woman! All right, so yeah, I guess I just horrifically miss.
So Howl,
Uh-huh.
what are you doing?
You better fuck these guys up.
Grab their heads and crush them together.
I take my 2 hand axes. That little green monster pierced my breast. And I went, oh, hell no. And I dropped my hand axes, and I reached behind me, and I grabbed my great axe, and I pull it out of its sheath.
She's mad.
And I said,
You have a sheathed
you've done
great axe?
goofed. Yes.
In the midst of battle, you done goofed, goblin.
You also said after being hit multiple times.
This all happens in less than a second.
Yeah.
Continue.
Get a goof.
I move amazingly fast. Okay, so I roll my d20.
Plus
so
your
17.
proficiency.
17?
Oh, you're right. Yeah, 17.
Cool, that's a
Pretty
hit.
Okay, then I
Yeah.
roll my 1d12. 6.
6 plus 3?
No, 3 to 6.
6 total. Which the one who poked your tit?
Yes.
So you basically like slice that dude like his torso in half. Like you don't cut him through the middle. You cut him
Yeah.
like in a third, sort of.
Okay.
That kills him.
But I like to think that he's frozen, so he's still standing there.
Yeah,
Still
totally.
just horrifically, just like
It just sort of goes like
his
a banana.
I can't believe he said,
God.
Lewis, if somebody sliced a third of my torso off, I'd be just fine. I would get over it.
his guts are just kind of like popping out.
And so then I turn to Elfman 1986 and I go, your turn.
Oh, this is like a sex thing.
Is it
Sex
Elfman's
thing.
turn?
Yes.
Elfman
Well,
1986.
in this bullet time, I'm very sad because
Take a moment.
because my friend here had to wobble over and miss killing a person. Another friend of mine got hit in the tit.
The most sacred part of the chest.
The most sacred part of the chest, and I missed my last hit. So I'm feeling kind of worthless. So I'm thinking, fuck it. Who has left to kill? Because I'm gonna kill him.
Well, there's 2 dudes in the woods who are shooting arrows at y'all, and then there's one dude who's in melee
missed a bunch.
in melee with Nikki, who is maybe not as good as
Yeah,
the dude.
he's like one of the 3 Stooges.
I feel like it's best for me to go for the person meleeing at Nikki's tit.
Please, goblin.
Goblin.
Well, you know you're an archer, right?
I'm an archer, but I also want to attack at the same time.
Yeah, but not all of us have longer range weapons. So
Can I not do an
You can-
archer
you can
hit
arch-
and then a stab?
elbow with that and then shoot.
As we
Can I,
said, he's obsessed with Legolas.
Yes.
So essentially, each turn you get a move and an action. An action can be spent on a couple things, and then some of you will also have bonus actions that you can use sometimes. So keep an eye
I
out
feel
for
like
that.
it'd be best for me to kill one of the archers.
But you could shoot an archer, or you could also shoot the dude fighting Nikki with your bow and arrow. You're not standing right next to him.
I'm limited to one person though. I can't kill two.
You can't go after multiple.
Yeah,
I can't shoot an arrow. I can't go through one archer's skull into the other archer's skull.
I don't know how to use your characters, but normally in the game you can't. You may have an ability that lets you do that. I don't know, but
If you specifically had a spell that does do that.
I don't have spells.
ability.
Abilities,
But
sorry.
he's been
Ability.
sharpening his arrows.
Like, for
real
example,
nice.
I have sneak
I think
attack,
we
where
probably
once
do
per
it.
turn, when you hit a creature with a dexterity-based attack, you have the advantage on the attack roll, you can deal an extra 1d6 damage to your target. So, like, I can hit a person twice because I have sneak attack.
Yes. I feel like even I'm not within striking distance of the person attacking Nikki, so I'm going to hit them with my arrow.
You're gonna shoot him with your bow and arrow?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Do
So
it, man.
any person now left attacking us is within strike's reach. So I roll a 20-sided die.
Wait. No, that's wrong.
What?
There are 2 in the bushes. And
Yes.
You're going after one of the 2
The
in the
one
bushes?
that's right next to you. So the
Okay.
rest of our enemies are in the distance.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought you were saying.
Cool.
20-sided die.
Mm-hmm.
14
Nice.
plus a great sword, correct?
+4.
So 18 total.
That's a hit.
All right, so that he's dead.
Well, you have to roll damage.
Now you
Yeah.
have to see how hard you hit him.
Which is damage?
So that's 2d6 plus 2.
So you roll 2 6-sided die, or you can roll 1 twice.
So I rolled 2 of these.
Add,
8.
Add 2
Plus
to that.
2, so 10.
10.
Awesome. He's dead.
Awesome.
So describe it to us.
How do you kill him?
I trick the people in the distance with my bow and arrow.
Wait, what?
Listen.
No, I'm watching
Listen.
this.
I like this.
I take the
But
bow
he's
and
moving
arrow.
so fast that they aren't actually
I take the bow and arrow and I go and I shoot it straight up. I grab my sword and I stab the person attacking Nikki, and then I put my shoulder out and the arrow comes back down into
the
my
quiver.
Oh, okay, you did that. That old chestnut.
And then they shoot you again with an arrow.
So currently, our enemies are like,
What they actually are doing is cut to 2 goblins hiding, going like, "Wow, it's a good thing that guy's really good at archery and just shooting arrows at us."
No, I like
I
the
think
thing
he
that
shot it straight in the air instead of at us.
they're doing the Garden State thing where they saw it go up and they're looking up and
Yeah,
running
yeah.
around trying for it to not hit.
Where is it
guys,
coming
trust me, it helped the group. Okay, you're welcome.
I'm going to remind you that you've been shot with an arrow.
We're the only ones around here pulling our weight.
All right.
I know. Tell me about it.
Alright.
Jeez,
I mean, he froze the dude.
kind of.
from? Yeah.
I missed, but if I would have hit him, it would have been awesome. I would have rotted his
All
ass.
right.
Yeah, and I will say, I don't want to like, but since you guys are new to Dungeons and Dragons, I'll say that like your first encounter with some goblins, maybe not necessary to blow a ton of spells. So don't
Right.
go too crazy with all your cool
Yes.
shit you can do.
Oh, no, I just use my great axe.
Yeah.
I just do my
Because I'm
That's-
what a woman.
That's kind of why I use my
That's
cantrip.
Yeah.
spell, not my,
Cantrips are great
not
for
my
that.
hard kill.
All right.
I'm just warning you not to go like sleep, fireball, fuck.
So is it
I got out of that.
Aaron and...
We're back around to Aaron Thief Yeller.
Do I need some sort of ability, or is there some way I can modify seeing the ones in the forest better than I can?
You can roll
right
a
now?
perception check and try to find them.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Cool. So roll a 20-sided dice and add your bonus over in your skill section for perception, and you're rolling against their ability to hide.
Okay, I have a 0 for perception.
Roll big.
Fuck. I rolled a 3.
So you're not really able to parse where they are.
Okay.
You know the general direction just from the arrows that have been coming out.
And just to be clear, like that was his action. Like
No,
is it,
no.
Yeah,
You
that's
just
like-
do skill checks as
you
part
just
of
do
the-
that. Okay.
There's not a different way I can check
You can
stealth? That
you can
wouldn't help.
blindly shoot in the general direction, but you have disadvantage.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna shoot with the short bow.
You might want to move a little closer just because you are 50 feet away, plus they're out in the woods away from them. So you might want to get a little closer.
What does
Okay.
the disadvantage mean?
Disadvantage means you roll 2 20-sided dice and take the lower number. And
Okay.
advantage is you roll 2 20-sided dice and take the higher number.
All right, so I like hop off the cart and I run. Can I run up to where they are?
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm going to get like behind Casey, and I have naturally stealthy, so I can attempt to hide when you're obscured by a creature that is at least one size larger than you.
Sure.
So I'm going to, I guess not hide because that would be like an action, but I'm just behind him in case they shoot arrows because I'm weak.
So you want to like run, shoot, run again, and hide because you don't have to use your full movement, and then you can.
Yeah,
break it
I'll
up.
kind of like yeah.
That way you're not
run.
standing on
No,
your
no.
right behind
You
him.
jump through the air, shoot, and then land behind him.
Yeah. And so I will roll for the attack. So that is 16.
Okay, that's a
That's
16.
And fuck, god damn it.
Is that a 1? Or
That's
7?
that's a 7 plus 5, so 12.
So it kind of goes out in the woods, and you don't really hear it connect with anything.
All right.
So, really quick question. So, these cantrips, that's something you can use.
As much as you want.
Just repeat that.
Cool. Good.
All right, Dharma.
I guess I'm gonna go at him with another ray of frost.
Do you want to
Something
do you have like a perception check? You got good perception. Do you want to try to find them?
That's a good idea. Maybe I'll try to spot them.
Okay.
7 plus...
4.
Yes, thank you. Plus 4.
7 plus 4.
11.
Yeah, you see one. You kind of spot like the shadow of one of them, kind of on a low branch of a tree. He's kind of sitting there
Cool.
out in the woods. You could get a shot at him without disadvantage.
Great.
The other one's still a mystery, though.
Alright, Ray of Frost. I'm not sure what the range is on that, but I don't want to get too close to him. Did we... How far... I guess now I do know how far out he is. So, how far out is he?
He's probably just like 20 feet in the woods.
Okay, then yes. Then I shoot at him with Ray of Frost. Fuck. 3 plus 4.
That's going to be a miss.
Yeah.
I'm not impressed by this wizard.
He kind of hollers out at you, like,
Elf.
like
Killer.
nice spell, buddy! Good one!
He's a
You are some pretty powerful wizards!
He's a shit talker. Alright.
I chuckle.
So they're only the ones out in the woods left, right?
Yeah.
Is that what's-
I stand in the distance,
As far as you know.
pissed because I know they're gonna die by my sword.
But you are an archer. Shouldn't it be by your arrow?
That's why it's so much.
Well, he's gonna put his
impressive.
sword into the bow and then shoot the sword.
Shoot it, and it's gonna bounce off a tree back into its sheath. And then he's gonna shoot
And then I'm going to stab him with an arrow.
Alright, so are you Dunsky's going?
Yeah.
So is it Castatory Rock
yes.
Seeker's time?
It is actually the goblin's turn.
Oh, right. I forgot about
So, Goblin up in the tree fires right back at Kellen.
Ah.
He has advantage. Oh no, he doesn't have advantage because he is up and you can see him. It's no longer hidden. And he rolls an 18. I think it's going to hit your
damn.
armor class, right?
Holy crap.
Yeah, 13.
And he does 8 damage.
Oh,
You're dead!
I'm dead!
So Kellen takes an arrow in the chest. He goes down. So Kellen, you are not dead.
Yeah.
You are... How many hit points do you have?
13... 7.
Yeah.
7. Okay, so you're down. What happens is you go to 0, right?
Right.
On your turn, every time you have a turn, you're going to have to roll a saving throw versus death. If you fail 3 times, you see there's bubbles down there that you're going to fill in underneath your hit points. It's 50-50. It's up to the hands of God. You just got to roll higher than a 10.
Fucking goblins, man.
And every time you fail, you die. Meanwhile, somebody can run over there and try to stabilize you and get this process to stop. And then once the fight's over, maybe they can get you back
Or
up
the
on your
cleric.
feet.
That sounds like a cleric
I'm ready
thing.
to say
Hey, do you guys remember when our giant elf friend got shot by a dumbass goblin and died?
Tried to...
I'll freeze him! Oh, God! Oh, God! He falls over.
Kelly, you may try to find those rules in the rule book while you wait for your
You
next
mean you
turn
weren't
to roll
prepared
around.
for somebody to die?
in the first
And then the
10
next,
minutes?
the other goblin, who you guys still don't know, he has advantage because he's hidden, and he's going to fire an arrow at Nikki, and he misses.
I somersault out of the way.
into my leg. I'm ready.
And now we are
just
at
like,
Caster
yeah.
Troy.
Castatory Rock Seeker.
Should he run over
All right,
and heal?
no, don't quit. It is my turn. Why are you saying shouldn't he do this? Actually, let's
I'm
just.
sorry.
I'll pause it to the group. Why don't you just let the cleric decide what the motherfucking cleric is gonna do? Okay? Well, maybe the cleric should do that, guys.
He says
I
one
know.
woman and leaves.
I was a soldier. I know. I will.
I'm
I
just
will
looking
look.
out
I will
for the
look at
whole
the
party.
situation, and I will decide what to do.
Okay.
I'm standing next to you, and I'm also frustrated.
Is there a chance that if he rolls against death, and so he's got to roll bad 3 times before he is complete?
Yes, with an exception. If the goblin keeps shooting arrows at Kellen, you can make that tick down faster.
Right.
That's
I
just
would
me.
fight the goblin.
Because
Also,
there's just
just
one
for
goblin
warning,
left?
Just for warning,
There's
if
two.
you take enough damage to go your hit points and back around again, you die automatically, no saving throw. So, like, if you have 10 hit points and you take 20 damage, you're dead. You got roasted.
Right. Well, I mean, I'm gonna be real, guys. I'm not gonna weigh his life against all of ours, and even so, he's got a bad chance of surviving if those 2 people are still up. So I'm gonna use a longer distance attack and go after go after one of them to try and stop that shit. Because assuming crazy bad stuff doesn't happen, I'll be able to cure him next time. So, I can see the one that he saw in the woods, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go after that. I'm going to use my Sacred Flame to try and...
Yeah, I'm assuming Kellen pointed him out when he saw him.
Right.
He went right there and tried to frost thing.
I just threw his hand in his heart.
Damn it!
God
damn my giant body!
Okay, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna use my Sacred Flame against that dude.
Do it. How's that work?
Magic missile.
That's not what I have.
That's what I
Magic
should,
missile.
that's what I should have
So
used.
please quit.
Magic missile.
So its range is 60 feet. You're good on that. Flame-like radiance descends on a creature within range that you can see. The target must succeed a dexterity saving throw or take 1d8 damage. The target gains no benefit. Cool. So somewhere on here it should tell me what a saving throw against you.
The saving throw to resist the spell cast is 13.
13. Okay, so he's got to roll higher than a 13. And what type of saving throw did it say? Dexterity, I think I
Yes,
said?
yeah, it was
okay,
dexterity.
cool. He rolls a 5, which is not good enough, so he's going to take the damage.
Okay, so that's 1d8. 5.
Ooh.
Cool. So you roast him, and you don't know how much. It looks like it hurt him pretty bad. You don't know how much of that was from the fire and how much of that was from him falling off of the tree. But it seems you hear a pretty nasty sort of crunch when he falls.
Right.
But,
And he smells delicious.
But you hear him still yowling, so you don't think he's dead.
Alright. And don't worry, Tharma, I'll come after you next time.
Please.
Come after you with
Save
my
me.
flames.
Yeah, I'll come
And
after
now
you and roast you
We're
next
at
time.
Howl.
Okay, and he's like, they're 20 feet away from me,
Ish, yeah.
so I can throw my hand axe. Because I can throw it up to 20 feet or 60 with disadvantage. I pick them up off the ground from where I dropped them.
Uh-huh.
Which one are you
13
throwing it
plus
at?
5, 18?
Who are you throwing it at?
The one you can see, I'm assuming?
Yeah, not the one howling on the ground, the other.
Oh, well,
Wait.
the other one's hidden.
Oh, okay, then I'm throwing another one. Rolling around on the ground, crying.
Okay, cool. You hit.
Okay, then 1d6. I say, suck on this, egghead. Gets 5 damage.
You see, he stands up, and right as he stands up, your axe hits him square in the face.
Yeah.
Right before it hits him, his confusion at what you said, registers clearly to you. The last thought he had was, egghead, and then
Yep.
he died.
Yeah, I love it.
Alley-oop!
That's 2 for Hal.
Whatever the word...
Alley-oop with the assist.
And I do it because I'm getting a Stannis Baratheon vibe
Yeah.
off you.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Okay. That's one just for the home audience. Awesome. And from there, we're at old Elfman.
Do you have good perception?
I'm still tipsy from my wine drinking with Tyrion
Why didn't you make your
Lannister.
guy...
Shut up. Idiot.
So I've got
Do you have good perception?
my perception is +3.
You might want to
Yeah, because we
perceive
gotta
him.
find this dude before
So
we
I've
attack.
got my arrow ready, and I want to seek out the guy that I can't see.
Do it then. Roll a 20-sided dice and add that perception.
10.
Versus, you are unable to make out where he
Oh,
is.
He just goes and disappears.
So now I'm standing here like this.
You can take a shot in the dark.
Do it.
I shoot.
Or also, you guys...
Well, I grab it before it goes up in the air.
Just to show that I can catch an arrow.
You see that? You better be intimidated.
That would be really, really impressive if someone did
Also,
that.
I should say, you guys can move.
Okay, I move.
Well, I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying, like you guys don't have to stand and just keep trying to hit him. You could just run out there and try to
that's
find his
true.
axe. Like Nikki is a
I'm a
hand
leader.
warrior. He's like, I'm fucking
I'm a leader.
Your speed is 30 feet. You could.
My speed's 30 feet.
get out there.
I'm out there.
Well, you're an archer. It's up to you.
so I'm
As
running.
soon as you go about 10 feet into the thicket and you see a goblin behind a bush, he's just kind of,
Yes. And I roll for 20-sided die?
yeah.
4.
Plus.
Perception?
Nope.
No,
the-
Your weapon that
8.
you're attacking with.
8.
Or, I mean, are you going greatsword or are you going
I'm going-
bow?
Longbow.
Oh, okay, then.
So it's 11.
11.
Yes.
You're good with the bow.
Yeah. So 11, and that hits the tree next to him, and he's sort of like, ah! And he's alive. He's looking pretty
And
scared.
I'm just standing there kind of wobbling around because I'm really tipsy from that wine with Tyrion.
Why is this guy in our party?
Aaron Thief Yeller, what's up?
All right, so I imagine I see the goblin now.
Yeah,
See?
he's out in the
Well, no,
clear.
he's still
because
in
he
the-
got past the
Yeah,
thicket.
he ran past the thicket. He's out in the woods.
Goblins!
Okay.
I'm standing there in bullet time, just really.
I'm going to roll up on him as well, and I'm gonna
Gonna roll in there?
Yeah, I'm also sneaky.
Rolling.
All right, so I'm running up to him. I get about where he is, and
Cool.
sort of again
man.
stand by him and sort of hide behind his leg halfway.
And like shoot between the
Yeah.
under his arm.
Yeah, and I'm attacking with my short bow. God damn!
That's the worst roll ever.
Somehow split the tree, like you hit the same arrow Adam missed. Like, cuts it in
What
half.
sucks the worst is I'm lucky, so had I rolled a 1, I could re-roll it.
Yeah.
But I rolled a 2, so I can't.
Yeah,
so.
that's-
So I split his arrow?
Yeah.
That's great. We're just showing off now, and I high-five him.
You're like, yeah. Oh wait, there's this little guy
meant to
there.
do that.
Shoot him in the eye.
So, meanwhile, Tharna's on the ground bleeding to death. What
So
happens?
the way this works is you have to you just roll.
Thank you.
This is Chris's. You just roll a d20, 17, so that's good. So that's like 1 success. I have to hit 3 successes before I hit 3 failures in order to
Cool. And how can people help you with this problem?
be okay.
I've got a cure wound spell that I can use my next turn.
Yeah.
Cool.
think just
I have no spells. I'm just sitting there.
I think
feeling
even a
sorry
normal
for you.
person can do a healing check on Kellen. But
Oh, really?
meanwhile, the goblin who is down on who is still alive, drops his bow and arrow and just runs in the opposite direction. All right, that was our first in a series of podcasts that will feature the Board with Life cast and crew playing the new D&D starter set. If you want to keep up with the adventure as it continues, be sure to subscribe to this podcast and follow us on social media. Also, let us know what you think of 5th edition so far by tweeting us at I'm Bored With Life or finding us on Facebook and giving us a piece of your mind. This podcast was produced by Moonrat Media in association with Deep Space Mustache and Pretend Money. Thanks for listening, and until next time, farewell.